There are signs when someone is falling in love with you. Not loud, not obvious, but quietly undeniable. And the truth is, most people miss them. Not because they're invisible, but because they're too real to believe. Imagine this. You're sitting across from someone, maybe in a cafe, maybe just sharing silence, and nothing extraordinary seems to be happening. No grand confessions, no dramatic gestures, just small, almost forgettable moments. And yet, something feels different. Something lingers, something unspoken. Because love, real love, doesn't arrive like a storm. It seeps in like sunlight through a window you forgot to close. We've been taught to recognize love through noise, texts, attention, intensity. But what if the deepest form of love speaks in silence? What if the person who loves you the most is the one who doesn't say it, but shows it in ways you've been overlooking all along? Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." And transformation doesn't always shout. Sometimes, it whispers. In this video, you're about to discover 7 silent signals, subtle, powerful behaviors that reveal when someone is already in love with you, even if they've never said a word. Watch closely, because by the end of this, you might realize someone already is. Part 1. The way they notice the smallest things. There's a quiet kind of attention that doesn't demand recognition, yet reveals everything. It's easy to notice when someone is attracted to you. They compliment your looks, laugh a little louder, try a little harder. But love is different. Love pays attention to details even you've forgotten about yourself. They remember how you take your coffee, not because you told them twice, but because they were truly present the first time. They notice when your mood shifts, even when your smile says you're fine. They bring up something you mentioned casually weeks ago, as if it mattered, because to them it did. This is the first silent signal. They observe you, not just look at you. In a world addicted to distraction, attention has become the rarest form of affection. Think about it. How often do people truly listen anymore? Most conversations are just pauses between waiting to speak. But when someone is in love with you, they don't just hear your words. They study your silences. It's like reading a book they never want to put down. Every page matters. Every line is worth remembering. Philosopher Simone Weil once said, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity." And that's exactly what this is, a quiet generosity of presence. So ask yourself, who notices the version of you that the world overlooks? Because attraction sees the surface, but love memorizes the soul. Part 2. They make space for you in their inner world. There's something profoundly intimate about being included in someone's mental space, not their schedule, not their social media, their mind. When someone is falling in love with you, you begin to appear in places where you were never invited, yet somehow belong. They think of you when something funny happens. They imagine your reaction before making decisions. They hear a song, and suddenly, it feels like it was written about you. This is the second silent signal. You live in their thoughts, even when you're not physically present. But it goes deeper than casual thinking. It's not obsession, it's integration. You become part of how they experience the world. Carl Jung believed that love is not just connection, but expansion of the self. When someone loves you, their identity subtly reshapes to include you. Not in a suffocating way, but in a way that says, "My world makes more sense with you in it." Think of it like this. Most people keep emotional walls, carefully guarded, selectively opened. But when someone is in love, they don't just open the door, they rearrange the entire room so you can stay. They start sharing thoughts they don't usually express, random ideas, half-formed dreams, quiet fears, not because they have to, but because with you, it feels safe to be unfinished. And that's rare. In today's world, people curate versions of themselves, polished, controlled, filtered. But love reveals the unedited draft. So ask yourself, who lets you see their unpolished thoughts? Who includes you in moments that don't benefit them, but simply feel better because you're part of them? Because attraction invites you into moments, but love makes you part of the meaning behind them. Part 3. They become gently protective of your energy. There's a version of care that doesn't announce itself. It doesn't say, "I'll protect you." It simply does. When someone is in love with you, they begin to guard something deeper than your safety. They protect your peace. They notice when something drains you. And without making a scene, they try to shield you from it. Maybe they change the subject when a conversation turns uncomfortable for you. Maybe they subtly position themselves between you and something stressful. Maybe they remind you to rest, to slow down, to breathe, without making you feel weak for needing it. This is the third silent signal. They care about your emotional well-being, even in ways you don't notice immediately. It's not control. It's not possessiveness. In fact, it's the opposite. Real love doesn't cage. It creates space where you can exist freely without harm. Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "That which is done out of love always takes place beyond good and evil." And what he meant is this: true love doesn't follow rules or expectations. It acts from a deeper instinct to preserve what matters. Think about a candle in the wind. Most people will admire its light, but the one who loves it will quietly place their hand around the flame, not to own it, but to keep it from going out. That's what this kind of protection feels like. It's subtle, almost invisible. But once you notice it, you can't unsee it. So reflect for a moment. Who makes an effort to reduce your stress without being asked? Who adjusts their behavior, not to impress you, but to make you feel at ease? Because attraction seeks excitement, but love protects your calm. Part 4. They are present with you, even in silence. There's a moment in every genuine connection where words begin to lose their importance, not because there's nothing left to say, but because everything that matters is already being felt. When someone is in love with you, they don't constantly try to fill the space between you. They don't rush to entertain, impress, or perform. Instead, they stay, comfortably, quietly, fully. This is the fourth silent signal. Their presence alone feels complete. Think about how rare that is. In a world where silence feels awkward, where people reach for their phones the second a conversation pauses, being with someone who can simply be with you is extraordinary. It means they're not with you for stimulation. They're with you for connection. The philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "Silence is a source of great strength." And in love, silence becomes something sacred. It's no longer empty. It's full of understanding. You could be sitting side by side, doing nothing remarkable. And yet, there's a quiet sense that this moment matters. No pressure, no expectations, just a shared existence that feels enough. It's like standing by the ocean. The waves don't speak to you. They don't demand your attention. And yet, you feel something profound just being there. That's what real presence feels like. So ask yourself honestly, who can you be silent with, without feeling the need to become someone else? Who makes nothing feel like everything? Because attraction needs constant stimulation, but love finds meaning in stillness. Closing reflection. Love is rarely what we were taught to look for. It doesn't always arrive with clarity. It doesn't always speak in obvious ways. And sometimes, it's already there, quietly shaping your world, while you're still waiting for a sign. But now you know. It's in the way they notice you, the way they think of you, the way they protect your peace, the way they sit with you in silence. These are not coincidences. These are confessions, just spoken in a language most people never learn to hear. So maybe the real question isn't, who loves me? Maybe it's, have I been paying attention? And if someone came to your mind while watching this, maybe, just maybe,